Welcome back to another episode of Talk Lavish. I'm your co-host, Pam.
I'm Manna.
And we have an awesome guest joining us all the way from the East Coast, all the way from Philly, a film producer, a film creator, filmmaker. He's out here making so much noise. Please welcome Mr. Amir Rogers.
Welcome.
Thanks for bringing me on here.
It's such a wonderful pleasure to have you. You're one of the first guests that we actually have that has actually worked and produced, and created so much magic in film. So I just want to say it's an honor to have you.
Oh, thank you. Let's turn this up.
Yeah, most definitely. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So what inspired you to become a filmmaker? How'd you get involved with film?
What really inspired me was once I got into college, seeing the cameras and everything on campus triggered me. And before I even got to college, I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out of high school in 11th grade. Going through that trial, I went from there and tried to make a standpoint in my life and tried out Job Corps. And when I went to Job Corps, it really was the same thing in high school because school wasn't for me. And inside of school, I was the one that was coming to class clown, and then it picked to where I wasn't coming to school, and then it was like, yo, where's Mir? So once I came up with the mindset and I came up with my decision, was like, I'm done with it. So then when I went to Job Corps, it was to have the mindset and try to change, try to come up with a trade. But I had a homie up there that it turned me around, and we was on the same thing that we did in high school. Year that I was in Job Corps, I got a call from my cousin and was like, yo, I'm about to go try out for this college basketball team. So they called me back and was like, yo, I got it. I said, oh, snap. Tell the coach, what's up? Let me get up there. I'm trying to get out of this place. Like, I'm ready to make a change. Like, I'm doing the same thing that I did at home. I'm ready to make a change. And while he called back and was like, yo, the coach said, come up here, try out. So now my whole mission is how I'm about to get off this Job Corps campus to get up to college. I still haven't got my diploma. Still haven't gotten a diploma class. And my trade class, I'm not nowhere near completion. I haven't been doing nothing up there. I've been doing the same thing I've been doing in high school, messing around, making a name for myself in a bad way.
Yeah.
So I talked to my trade instructor, and they got me up there. So when they got me to go to the tryout, the coach was like, listen, come on up here, go through the schoolwork, go through the financial aid, get everything situated. And when you get accepted, I got a spot for you on the team. So I did everything I had to do. I had to put in all this extra work to try to get into the diploma class, figure out how to get my diploma. It was a struggle through it, because through that struggle, when I go into the diploma class, I'm going there with a teacher, and the teacher is going to teach me everything I need to know, do the test, and then I passed to where it was coming to this class, and the teacher is really just sitting by the desk, and he tell you all the books that's right there. Go look in the books and do the assessments. So it was really a hard time at first, because it's like, you want me to read and then go from here? No, I need you to tell me and explain what this is. So I had to figure everything out on my own, but thank God that I got through. So now that I'm out of Job Corps, now I go into the school, into this college, I got to pick a course. Now, like I told you, from high school, I dropped out. So I'm not about to be a lawyer, because I can't sit in school as long. A doctor, all those things is for me, not for me, because I already know you got to do 4 years, and then you got to do another 4 years. And you know how that go.
Right.
So
Yes, sir.
the first thing that stuck out to me was the lights, cameras that said digital media. So when I seen it, I said, oh, snap, this is the best thing on the roster that I see. Let me go in digital media just so I can get into the school to go play basketball. So when I get into the school, now I'm in school, they don't put me into a video class. They put me into graphic design on my first semester. So while I'm on campus, I see the upperclassmen running around with cameras and everything. And I'm like, yo, this joint look fun. Like, all right. So as I'm in graphic design and I'm liking the flyers, now I'm putting party flyers back for people at home. I'm like, yo, do this, do that. And I come up with the idea, I call my homie Tone, and I say, yo, we're going to start an entertainment company. This is what we're going to do. So now that I'm on this campus, I'm seeing everything. I got the vision. This is what I want to do. I'm on the basketball team. We chasing, we going to different states, different schools. I come into a patch where I go back into my old mindset of things, and I get into a trap that messes me up. And that trap was, I caught a case, maybe second semester, and this case changed my whole path of me learning everything that I wanted to learn in that school. Now that I came up with this dream, this vision for myself, and just like that, it got taken away from me. Because I got caught up with something that I did in college, and it took away college. They tried to give me 3 to 5 years for it, and it just sent me back home.
Yeah.
When it sent me back home, later in time, I found out that I got a son. So now that I found out a son, it's like, oh man, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? But like I told my homie, I said, yo, we came up with this idea that we're gonna have this entertainment company. We're gonna be cool. I still gotta push this dream.
Yeah.
So as I'm pushing, coming up, I'm sitting at home. I try to go to Art Institute here in Philly. I try to go to Full Sail. I try all these things, and everybody denied me. They denied me because I got kicked out of college. They denied me because my case, and they also denied me because my GPA, because I'm a high school dropout. So my GPA was like a 1 point something. So at this point, it's like, what do I do now? What do I do now? I'm trying to better myself for my son, but everyone is knocking me down. What do I do? So as I come up with the idea, I asked my mom, and I'm like, listen, can y'all buy me a camera? You buy me a camera, we're gonna be set for life. I promise. Like, this is where we going. Time took past, and we go out to eat one day. And after we go out to eat, my pop took us to Best Buy. I was like, yo, what camera you want? So now he threw me in the fire, and I don't know what camera to choose because I'd never been in that class. I never learned about it. I just seen. I just know what I want to do. So at this point, you ready to buy this camera. So, all right, let's get a camera to take pictures and video. Let's get it. So now I got this camera, and it's like, what do I do next? So my brother Tone, who I gave the idea, like, yo, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to lift off. He like, yo, listen, you know you can learn from YouTube. So I'm like, what? He said, yo, go on YouTube. Now, he was from he went to like a nice high school called Springfield, and they taught him a little things on video. So he had a little mindset of things, of how to put it together and all that. So once I came, he was teaching me some things. So then once he told me about YouTube, he said, yo, you can go in there and figure out what program to use, what cameras is better, how to use them, how to edit, how to do this. And once he taught me that, it was like, all right, this is my class. This is my teacher. And when I say it took time at the time where I really had to just, coming from running the streets and doing all these negative things that I like to do. Now I have to sit by this computer and just really lock myself in and say, you know what, I'm gonna block everything else out, and this is what I'm gonna learn. This is what I'm gonna do, and that's what I did, and that's how I'm able to get here now.
Oh my God! So your story is just, man, it's as I'm hearing you talk, it's just like crazy, and I love to hear those. One thing about our podcast, we that's our main mission, is to build, to beautify, and inspire. So when we have people on here, some people are well known, some people are up and coming into business, or just the field of entertainment in general. But a lot of them, like you, have stories that they started from somewhere, and those are the stories that people live for. We want to hear it because those are real life stories that people really don't talk about. You know what I mean? But that's
all I do. I use it as a testimony. I use my story as a testimony just to keep on going, keep everybody going.
Especially when you said that you you self-taught. You know what I mean? Like, you let people know that you don't need to go to a fancy college to get what, you know what I mean? To get there, you can look.
You just gotta, I tell people all the time, you gotta have the courage and you gotta have faith in yourself to just go in the fire.
That's right.
And you gotta be willing to be, all right, if I fell or if I fall in this fire, I just gotta keep on going. But the fact that I got in the fire instead of just standing back, it was like, oh, all right, I went for that fight, and I know I got, how can I put it? I got hands on. I got hands-on experience rather than sitting and somebody just telling me. That's me. I'm a hands-on person. I can't just sit there and you tell me, I want to do it with you. Let me go side by side with you while we both touching and while we both moving together. And a lot of people won't know that that's really a lot of the best learning for a lot of people, but they wouldn't understand that until they put themselves in them shoes and in them circumstances.
It's kind of like when you're up against the wall, you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? More respect. I take my hat out to you. I salute you 100%. You out here really doing it though. Man, it's crazy. I love the fact that just talking to you, your whole sense of independability and just, you know, I don't need I don't need your permission. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm gonna get mine. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I seen you on the news and I'm just like, he from Philly, and just the whole vibe alone, I just had to reach out to you and just to hear your whole aspect of thinking, how you got into it, you know, what inspired you to do it, and look at you now. So obviously you make a lot of noise because we were in California and we heard you. So that's something. You feel me?
I gotta come out there and visit y'all.
Most definitely. So out of all your projects, I'm feeling Brianna. What happened to part 4?
You know what's crazy? The question that you asked, and y'all the first people that's about to get the answers to what everybody wants, right? And and the fact that you asked, what was the project that gave me some hard work, right?
Right.
And I would say out of all my projects, Brianna. Reason being because one, Brianna, when I came up with the idea, I said, yo, this series right here is going to be one of the projects that's going to take me and my team to where we need to go. And a part of our next transition was grabbing the audience. We got the stories, we got the art, we got the talent. But let's grab ourselves an audience that we can grab, and every time we take stories, they go on the road with us. So our whole mindset of last year was just to grab audience by throwing out films as if it's mixtapes, throwing them out, throwing them out. So when you look at our short films, they like pilots. Let me give you this. Let me give you this. I can't give you all the food because we still got the full meal and we still got the dessert to give you. And in order to get that, you got to pay for it. So when it comes to, I can't give you, and a lot of our work is independent and from us. So certain visions that I have, I can't give out because I don't have the support and backing that I need. And if I give it to you, it's going to be a waste. So I like to just tease, and give y'all sprinkles so that the family can come together and we can get it to where we need so that the whole vision can go out. So when we put Brianna out, it started off as a hassle because episode 1, shooting that, 2 people were in there, the cop, the light-skinned one with the beard. That's my director of photography. He was never supposed to play in there, but he played in there because an actor bailed out on us the day of set.
Oh, wow. He owned that part, though. He owned that part, most definitely.
And he killed it. When you look at in episode 1, the girl, that's Brianna, Mac. He's the one, I think it was like episode 3, he was driving, and he shot the cop. I'm sorry, he shot the cop.
That's right.
He shot the cop. That's my photographer. He killed his role. And the way that he played that role is because we on scene, and as soon as that was the last scene that we supposed to shoot when we were shooting, and it was like maybe 9 o'clock at night, and the person bailed out on me. And like you said, my whole thing is we got to get it done. Yeah. I'm too far in the game to where I can't sit and be like, oh man, all right, we got to get this in another 2 weeks. Nah. A problem hit, let's figure it out, let's keep it going. That's the only way that we can keep going. So when problems occur, we look at them as tests. So that started it off for the Brianna, and it was like, okay, I can see how this is about to go. Mac, which is the one that shot the cop, his girlfriend, she wasn't supposed to have dialogue rule. She was only supposed to, and she was the girl that got, she sat at the table with the other 2 girls when they were sitting across from each other.
That's right.
Smoking, having a conversation. She wasn't supposed to have that long of a role. All she was supposed to do in episode 1, when the boy came through the crib and was checking Mac, asking where his brother was, and she was sitting there smoking with him, and she got up and cocked the gun back. All she was supposed to do was just smoke and be that girl that's in the basement. Bull get checked, and she just smoked. But the person that was supposed to have a dialogue role didn't come, so now she played out to be able to be in every episode, and it played out to where she was good enough offhand and on hands that I heard all my other shows as well, and it created a family.
That's crazy.
So then, as we go into episode 2, as we go into episode 3, as we go into now, everyone looking, we're 4, we're 5.
Yeah,
was my DP, which is Lou the cop. He had got a leg injury behind scenes. So when he got the leg injury behind scenes, he was playing basketball. It was like, all right, the people want it. The people rolling. But we can't tell the people that this is what happened. We can't do that. It's hard. So our whole thing was to just keep promoting as if something's about to come around the corner. My whole thing was keep from part 1 was record so much behind the scenes that we got so much content to just throw out, because we never know when we need to just keep the promotion going. So the fact that we had so much content behind, we kept intriguing y'all to think that something else was coming.
That was good.
So then his legs started to get better, and as his legs started to get better, the cast on their schedule started to get busy. So when he was ready, certain people in the cast to bring everybody together, it was all over the place. And we tried to put it together, but when we tried to put it together as a whole, it didn't work. So what we did was those little teasers that would have been in the full to try to go out, and that took everybody up. So like an extent as, they is coming with it. But it was more so to just keep the audience going. Like, don't leave us, stay with us. But then we threw out all the other short films just to keep everybody going. And even though we threw those out, they like, yo, them Jones dope, but where Brianna? Them Jones dope.
So I want to know where's Brianna.
like I tell people, Brianna is one of them projects that is not going nowhere. It's one of the projects that it came out last year, and in 2 years, stars and somebody gonna pick me up and they're gonna say, "Hey, that project that you did 3 years ago was dope. Let's bring it back." And then we sit here talking just like Ava when she did the show Insecure. It started from YouTube, and then maybe a year or so as time go on, they doubled back and was like, "Yo, that show Insecure need to go on TV." And now she's 5 seasons in.
Man, that right there is, I can listen to you all day. But you know, the whole essence of the Brianna, and I respect that because it's kind of like now you got our attention now, and we want more. So we need the rest of it. You feel me? But that's understandable. Now working behind the scenes and stuff. I have a few friends that work in the entertainment industry. They work for like AMC, other Disney Channel, you know, all those other big entities, and man, hearing all the stuff you guys got to go through just in film and creating and putting it out there, the consistency, somebody call out, somebody got COVID, it's a whole different ball game that us behind the scenes, we don't know how difficult it is, but really it takes a lot of work.
It's crazy. It takes a lot of work, especially when it's independent. And like I'm heavy on ownership. Like I got a lot of people that I can call and say, "Hey, yo, can you give me this? Can you do me that?" But I'm not for that. I'm not. If it's meant to be for us to partner up and get this thing going, then it's meant to be. If it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be. So like a lot of people, I tell them, yeah, it's cool to try to go chase Netflix. Yeah, it's cool to go chase this, Amazon. And don't get me wrong, a lot of my shows, yes, I'm going to Netflix to try to get them in. But at the same time, don't get sad if you didn't meet that mark yet. Because your film is yours and you still can put it out there as if you're stars, as if you're Amazon. Look at your work as if it's already up there. So like when I put my stuff out, we heavy ownership. I'm cool with my stuff. Like I tell people, if I put like this year, we got another series coming out. And when we put the series out, the viewers are not gonna be mad because everything is already gonna be done. So we're just gonna be throwing it at y'all. It's already gonna be done this time. And I tell people this series, we're going into certain doors to see if they pick it up before we release it to y'all. And I tell my team, if they don't pick it up, we cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because it don't slow us down. We still gonna release it, and when we release it, they're gonna double back, and when they double back, it's gonna be more. So I tell people, just keep on going, man.
That's good. I want to go ahead and move on to the next question. The next question I have to ask you is the Soul Food Sunday. That's how I found you on Soul Food Sunday. So Soul Food Sunday, your latest project. What do you hope so many people take from this film? Obviously, it made you guys to where you had a story on the news. So what do you hope and pray that people got out of that film? If that makes sense.
What I want them to get out of that film is open your mind to everything. When you're making a decision, because usually when we make a decision, we don't think about everything that's attached to that decision until we make the move, and then it's like, I didn't think about it. Because what came up with that idea for making that movie, I was sitting and watching a video come across my screen, and the video was a mom looking for her son, and as she's looking for her son, she can't find him. So she calls the girlfriend. The girlfriend doesn't know where the son is, but the son was with the girlfriend. So it's kind of weird. So the mom's crying to us now on live, and it's like, yo, this is real deep. Where is it? So in the matter of live, she gets a phone call. So when she gets a phone call, it's a medical examiner, and she's like, don't tell me that my son is there. And it's like, whoa, we get quiet. It get real emotional. And it happens to be that her son was dead. So it's like, so that touched me because it's like, now she's hurt. Where her son did whatever happened, no matter what, he didn't deserve the death. But no matter on both sides, they never thought, once they got in that situation, they never thought about the emotions of his mom, the emotions of his family, his friends. And a lot of us, when we make these decisions and make these moves, that's what we need to think about. And I tell people all the time, what took me away from my negativity and took me away from the people that was steering me in the wrong way and that really could have got me in jail for life and that really could have killed my life early. We got to separate ourselves. We got to separate ourselves. And once you understand that separation is understand what your purpose is, what your dreams is, that's all you should be worried about. And like I tell people all the time, my purpose, my dream, everyone know my dreams and my goals is to get to the top, to have the top movies and to be the best that I can be. But my purpose is for my son. So anything that come next to me, you should already know if it's not going to be the best for my son, don't even bring it next to me.
That's right.
Strong enough, and I'm powerful enough to know that, oh, all right, I'm blocking that out. And that's what keeps me focused. And that's why I'm able to tell my successful story, is because once you understand your purpose and your dreams and goals, nothing's going to be stopping you. That's right. If something do stop you, it's because, you stopped yourself from chasing your goal at that moment, and you gave that attention, and that's what slows you up. You can't blame that person over there. So that's what I really want them to get from Soul Food Sunday. And then like the story itself expired, because once I came up with the idea off of that, our DP Lou, that story is actually from his brother dying. His brother, he lost his brother. So he was sitting actually in them shoes of the feelings of his brother getting shot and dying, seeing his mom, how she had to deal with it. So once I told him the idea, and then he told me that, it was like, oh, all right, God, let's paint the picture, let's put out the message. This is what we got to do. This is our calling right now.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So since picking up the camera, have you had the opportunity to work with any like well-known people or collaborate with any well-known names in the industry?
It was crazy. My first year in, I was snapping. Like, I didn't work with G Herbo. I didn't work with Tiana Taylor, Wiz Khalifa, Meek Mill. It's so many names. It's so many names. And a lot of people will say, yeah, oh well, what music video did you do? What video did you do? A lot of these people that I can name was one me on my come up, and I was getting in these rooms. Okay. And me getting in these rooms was putting me in front of them at my early stage. So we got a venue here called the TLA. It's a big concert venue here. And my first year in, I got an opportunity at the Arts Garage, which had artists that was popping in the city around when I was coming up. And I took pictures of them, which led me into another door. And that door gave me connections to this TLA event where all the events of the top artists was coming to. So anytime I got access there, I'm talking about I got pictures. I was back, like I was around the place. Like I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. By the time I get home, your pictures is ready to go. If I just shot some vids, I'm sending you vids. Whether you watch it or not, I'm already putting these things out here. So as I'm putting things out here, of course, some of my pictures is corny compared to everyone else, but my hustle, my give back is before. They seeing my work before. So it's like the moment that these artists want to post something, once they sit in a car and going home, it's already here.
They got it.
It's already there. I'm not sitting around at trying to meet them and all that. No, I got their photos back. Thank you for the opportunity. Now I'm hurry up and going home. I'm by my computer. Here we go. Here go your vids. Here go your, and that got me to where I was going to the radio stations, Tiana, like so many people I can't even remember. But like I said, G Herbo, Wiz Khalifa, his opportunity. I just shot his Promise song, the video. I shot the behind the scenes for it. It was me and a couple other shooters from Philly. And when the Promise song, if you go on YouTube and see the behind the scenes video, we shot that.
Okay.
So it's definitely a lot of. It's so many. Like I said, it's so many names I can't remember because I put myself in so many doors where it might not be a direct call of, hey, I'm here, come here, but like Powerhouse, we got a big concert here. I done shot so many things for these artists, and then when I send it over to them, they like, hey, home, and then that started a connection. So that's how I put myself in these rooms and make it happen.
You got the fire, you got that drive, and that fire. It's really inspirational. Like just hearing you, like I'm like I just love the energy.
This is the drive that I had on the negative side. So it's like once I found out how to turn my negative side into a positive hustle, it's like, oh, all right, my drive don't change. So in the energy that I bring, it's just gonna wear off on people. And like my whole thing for 2022 is we're gonna get to the top. So anybody that come in connection with me, you're gonna get to the top. That's the energy I'm spreading off.
It's to the top 2022, baby. We respect those who give back to their communities. We're all for it. Can you tell us more about the Positive Vibe Tour?
I gotta give y'all a hoodie.
I see it. I love it. That's cool.
I gotta give y'all a hoodie. But the Positive Vibe Tour, it's a movement that I started, and we go back into communities, we go back into the schools, youth programs, and we teach the kids from taking a mindset from negative to positive through music, testimony, and movies. So the whole thing is when you come, we got a movie. I put a movie together, a positive movie that can change the mindset. So when we start the movie, that brings our connection. And every movie that we put each year on the tour is different. So like this year, the movie is Soul Food. Soul Food Sunday. So the kids will watch Soul Food Sunday. After they watch Soul Food Sunday, we got 2 testimonies, which will be from my partner Lou. He'll tell you his experience by the death of his brother. And after he tell you the death by his brother, I always leave by giving you some motivation. And each motivational talk is different because I always come off of different topics. Like I said, for 2022, we get into the top. So my whole motivation right now for the Positive Vibe Tour is I want to help these kids. I want to help anyone get to the top. And this tour this is our 3rd annual. This would have been our 4th, but COVID had stopped it. And when I came up with this idea, my homie had died. And when he had died, it's like, yo, something gotta give. Something gotta give. And I wanted to figure out how can I be an example to make a change. And at that moment, I came up with a movie idea. So at first, this is like 3 years ago, I came up with the movie idea, Wake Up. And when I came up with this idea, the idea was wake up. Everyone this year is going to wake up now. And as a whole, we're going to wake up to see, okay, we need to make a shift and change our mindset. And I came up with the idea and I'm like, you know what, let me go to this school and show them and talk to them. And when I went to the school, from there, it just went to another school. Then I went to another school. The principal told this school. Then next thing you know, it was like, yo, we got something going. I'm like, yo, this is the Positive Vibe Tour. Then it went to the next year. Yo, you coming back with the tour? Yo. Then the kids is coming back. Yo, your speeches and this and that. And it's just like, yo, we got something going. And this is something that I'm gonna do every year. And I always wanted a give back. I always wanted a mentor. And I think that I started my mentorship 3 years ago without not even knowing. And every year it's just opening up.
Yeah, I respect that. And it just your story by you going and then them kids just, I seen them kids. There was so many kids up in there in that stadium where you guys was at. There was so much going on. I said, damn, look at all them kids.
It'd be crazy.
It's just the whole essence of just you going out there and inspiring. And those kids, they're going to remember that years later. So I remember a man came to my school and that's the same now. Look at them.
And it's crazy. That's how they be. Because like my brother, he got a tow company. So when I'm not doing filming, I'm in my tow truck. And like when I'm in my tow truck going through the city, I'll be at the gas station or I'll cover accidents and I'll see different people in an accident. Like, hey, how you need to help me? Oh yeah, you came to my school one time. I'm like, huh, what school? And then they tell me, I'm like, oh, how you doing now? I graduated. I'm doing, oh, that's what's up. And I'll be like, hey, this is crazy because when I was young, I'd be saying that to somebody else. And like, I'm only 27. So for somebody to be saying that to me, it's like, damn, I'm not even an old head. But
I'm not even old head. Man, I love that. I'm all for giving back to the community. And when I seen that, I'm like, I got to ask some questions about this Positive Vibe Tour. So do you go all over or is it only just the East Coast with the schools?
We going wherever. We going wherever. If somebody in Atlanta, if somebody in Oakland call us, we coming out there.
Okay.
It's called the Positive Vibe Tour. And like, that's the whole mission for it. So where right now it starts in Philly. And cause like we done went to Jersey, and as big as it get and the name keep going and people keep seeing what we doing, if y'all want us to come over here, then we getting a big bus and we coming on the bus. We coming wherever we gotta go. We gotta get on the plane, we coming on the plane, and that's where we coming. My whole goal is to get a big bus, wrap it around Positive Vibe Tour, and y'all gonna see us motivating.
Man, I respect that. Okay, if you can go back in time, okay, I know you gave us so much juice, and I'm loving everything that you've done told us so far. But if you can go back in time and you can give your younger self any advice, what would you give yourself? What would you tell yourself?
When I seen this question, right, I like this question. I would say, don't be scared of an opportunity. Take opportunities. And I'm not saying be a yes man, but you know what a good opportunity is for you. And the reason why I said that is because to me, I missed a big opportunity in my life. And the fact that I got the right mindset and I stayed positive, I pushed through it. And that opportunity was, I'm talking about maybe back 5, like when I first came into this game, like 5, my 3rd, 4th year in it, my cousin who does the sound for all our movies, CJ Branch, he introduced me to a partner out, a producer out in New York. And this producer is about to shoot a movie with Warner Brothers. They shooting a movie in Times Square. They building a photo booth and they got a radio station in the middle of Times Square. They shooting for 2 weeks. At this moment, I'm working for the city of Philadelphia. So as I'm working for them, I'm like, damn, how am I gonna get out of the job? What I'm gonna do? So what I did was I told my boss I need to go to the doctor. I went to the doctor and told my doctor that I'm having anxiety problems. So they put me on an anxiety leave for a month. I needed 2 weeks. So I'm like, all right, bet. So when I go out there, I go out New York. So the first part was pre-production. Now, when I go out there, mind you, my mindset is I'm Amir Rogers. I'm out here doing what I'm doing. This opportunity to go out there, I'm about to be bigger. I'm about to be hands-on. I'm about to do what I do. So when I go out there, the first week, they had me running around in New York. My first time out there on the sub, on the metro, going to pick up equipment, going to pick up this, building things. It's like, all right, I'm ready to get on set, but this is the pre-work. Ain't nobody really, everybody really working. So I'm cool with it. So now we get on set and they tell me I need to be there at 4 in the morning. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm staying at the producer's house, at his apartment. So I leave before him. I get there. They like, yeah, you need to set up this tent, put this walkie on, set the food up here. Got to go down there. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. You need to do this and do that. It's just a lot of do's and there's a lot of that's. And I'm like, all right. So I bear with it and I'm doing it. So now as we on set, things is rolling, they shooting, but I'm a PA without them telling me that, without anyone saying it. Not saying that my cousin should have told me this, but they would already know that I was a PA. It just wasn't aware to me.
Yeah.
Me being fresh in it, I don't even know what a PA is at this point. Right. So the moment that I feel like I'm running around for people and no one is really respecting me and giving me the time to show my talent and show what I can do for people, the set that's on here, I called my homie Tone that I started this company with, and I said, yo, come pick me up. He said, what? I said, bro, come pick me up right now. Like, I'm ready to go. He said, yo, go, bro, come pick me up and I'll tell you. Yeah. He said, all right, man, I'm on my way. So he coming from Philly. This is about maybe like 9 o'clock at night. They still on set. I tell them that my son had an emergency. I had to leave. So I leave set, go to his apartment, pack my bags up. He happened to come in. The producer happened to come in. He's like, yo, you good? I'm like, yeah, my brother already outside. He's not even outside. I'm just in New York, just walking around, waiting for my brother to come with my bags, ready to go. Feeling like I'm not supposed to be here because no one is shining on Mayor. No one is giving me my personal attention, not knowing today I should have stayed. Reason being because today haven't been on a full productional set to really like see how it's ran. But I stayed hungry enough to learn on my own to be able to produce my own sets and really make it seem like, oh, Mayor learned this in school. No, I just really sat down and locked in. But I could have learned what a director really do. I could have learned what a production assistant really do, what the gaffer do, what the light man do. I'm talking about I'm in the middle of Times Square. Like they really like doing it. And I really looked at that opportunity as a waste when that could have been my mentor. Them people could have took me to the next level. When it was over, I could have sent them work. Like I could have had them other conversations about me, myself, and learn about me at a different time. But I learned my lesson. So when I tell people, I'm like, listen, certain opportunities don't look like, oh, no, I'm not in the front line. Like for example, like now I bring people that want to work with me. So there'd be a lot of shooters that be like, yo, I do behind the scenes for you and this and that. So I give people opportunities. So when I give people opportunities, I had one situation where I brought maybe like 4 shooters on for a big video shoot that I had. And the shooters was worried about the talent, not capturing nothing what the team is doing, not really listening to us or not. They just want to capture the talent. And then they go back home and did the same thing I used to do. They added up, send it to the artist already. And the artist like, yo, I'm like, yo, where you get them pics from? Jones like, what? So when I tell them, I'm like, yo, y'all didn't pay attention to nothing that we did, nothing that I was telling y'all, and then they don't come back the next day. I said, what? I said, listen, you done missed the opportunity to where right now, if y'all would have stayed, that was at whatever time that was, if y'all would have stayed true and really came and did what y'all was just supposed to do, I would have put y'all in other opportunities that I got going on now because I'm still moving forward. My team's still moving forward. And like, I don't shoot everything. There's times where I call my team like, yo, you free this day? Here you go. I got something for you. Here you go. I got something for you. I'm not hungry for everything. I'm going to get mine, but I want to be able to bless others. I want to be able to bless others. So when stuff come my way, everything not for me.
Man, oh shoot, I could just sit here and keep. How much time you got?
We rolling. We rolling.
All right, so here we go. I got one for you. So ultimately, though, where do you hope that this journey leads you? Like, I know you said earlier you want to make it to the top. We all try to make it to the top. But ultimately, though, where do you hope that this journey takes you, where it leads you?
I just hope that it take me and my family to peace. That's the whole thing. Like growing up in the community and growing up in the environment that I'm growing up in right now, I just need my family at peace. So that's my whole focus. Like you said, everyone can get to the top, and it's like, what's the top? You gonna get up there and do what? And then everyone wants this big lavish top, to where I don't need a big lavish top. Me being successful is knowing that my parents and my family can kick their feet up. We can do what we want to do at this time. And don't got to worry about the people harnessing them or just all the negativity around them. So I just hope that I know that the work that we putting in and the things that we doing is going to lead us to that peace. And on top of leading my family to peace and leading us to comfortability, opening opportunities for the people that's around me, the people in my neighborhood, my team. Because I tell them all the time, anytime I come up with an idea, I'm like, yo, I got one for us. This is gonna help our family. Like the series that we about to come out this year, I told them, I'm like, yo, everyone that's about to hop on this train, when it's done and when I tell them the idea and if they accept the rules or whatever, if it's production or whatnot, this train right here that we about to drop, bro, we gonna run. And it's not, I'm gonna run. It's not, oh, Amir Rogers came up with the idea. Yeah, this is it. No, us as a team, we about to run. This is an opportunity for us all and each and individual of y'all families. So that's my whole goal, that the work that we put in lead to open opportunities for the people around me, the families, and give my family peace.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a wonderful answer. Man, it has been a tremendous delight just to sit here and talk to you and listen to you. And the people that I have on here, like I said, the people that you see on here, Jane Elliott, well-known people, some people are up and coming. Their mission, the reason why they're on here is because they build and beautify and inspire. That's the only why we have people like that on the podcast. And obviously your story is just amazing. Just being able to see you in the community, putting in work and have that attitude, a sense of this is mine, now I'm going to share it. You know what I mean? And that's what people, and a lot of people forget. Some people, they leave the hood, they don't come back. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. They really don't. But I mean, just to see you out there putting in work and just being able to live comfortable in your own skin is just like, dude, like I said, I'm not asking for permission. I'm not asking for anything. I'm gonna give mine regardless. It's to the top of the 22. You feel me? So it is what it is. If you come with me or not, but the bus gonna keep pushing. You feel what I'm saying? I respect that. I'm all for the independently. I'm just all for the whole sense of just I'm gonna give mine regardless. So it was an honor having you as a guest, man. Most definitely. I hope that we can see more of you. I know you got so much. You just talking to you. You have a bright.
But listen, with this series the series that I'm coming out with this year, that's gonna be the first thing that I'm dropping. Before that come out, we gotta get on here, so I get the whole team on here.
Oh, most definitely.
Y'all had a first interview for that.
Oh my goodness, it's an honor. It's an honor.
We let y'all break it.
Most definitely. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope to see you. So much more of you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And I'm coming out. And I'm coming out there. We bringing the team out there. It's what's crazy is I'm always out there though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always out there.
Why you ain't on
No. I got an artist. I manage an artist too. His name Drew Boy. Y'all can check him out. His name Drew Boy.
Okay.
Yeah. And we be mixing. We be out there, Atlanta. We be all over. But LA and California a lot. We be out there a lot though.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, not so much the Bay Area, or is it the Bay Area? Because a lot of people think that the Bay Area and LA are the same. It's not. It's like 5 hours difference.
No, it's definitely a difference. No, it's a difference. It'd be like half and half, I should say. Half and half.
Yeah, most definitely. We got to get together. Most definitely, we have like a little, a sit down or something like that. We got to hook up and meet with. I would love to meet everybody. It'd be awesome. So
for sure, and we can hear some of y'all goals. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can help y'all out or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely. All right. Until next time, guys. That's Amir Rogers from y'all, and he's sitting in the hot seat. Until next time, you guys take care.